Hi, everyone. It's Henry DeVries with Agency Rainmaker TV. This is the show where we help agency owners and their leaders make it rain to find right fit prospects. And there's so much involved, and one is leadership. And I'm so happy to have a leadership expert with us today, Esther Weinberg, who I've had the pleasure to work with over the years. Esther is an advisor and a strategist to CEOs, senior executives, and their teams. And she's a former executive with Disney and Fox. Esther, welcome. So glad you're here.
Thank you so much, Henry. It's a delight being here. Thank you for having me.
Well, let's set it up because a strategist and advisor, there's a lot to that. What do you do for these executives and their teams?
Yeah, it's a good question. So what I do is I work with CEOs and senior leaders, help them get clear, confident, and effective so their companies can actually grow without burning people out. And most leaders are dealing with today around overwhelm, communication breakdowns, teams that aren't performing at the level that you really want. And what I do is really help them see what's really driving those challenges, strengthen how they lead, put the right conversations, behaviors, and structures in place so they can actually move forward. And so sometimes that can mean helping a CEO shift from operating the weeds to leading strategically. Sometimes it can mean reshaping a leadership team so it functions strongly. Sometimes it can mean helping a company navigate growth or change or technology disruption, which is happening to everybody today, without losing valuable people in the process.
I've known you've done great one-on-one work through the years, but there's another program you've got going that takes cohorts through and helps them out. It's very pragmatic. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I created a program called Rise Leadership Mastery Journey because here's the thing. When the data shows that 88% of mid-level leaders say that they feel like they're caught between the demands from senior leaders and the needs of their teams. And these are people that are overworked and underdeveloped. So either there's nothing for them to develop, there's nothing for them to grow and to develop into, and we're expecting so much of them, or every once in a while, we may have some development for them, or we'll call a trainer in, or they have to apply for a program and maybe they'll get in and out. And people need practical tools every single day so they can withstand the pressures that we're talking about. Navigating change that's happening at their absolute feet. They're navigating influence. They're trying to actually make the organizations grow and expand because you want to grow and expand and not get too far ahead of your skis. And so what people say to me that actually have participated is one is that they say, my burnout has gone down. I'm not fractured every single place where I can possibly imagine. People don't feel stagnant in their career growth. They actually feel that there's a trajectory for their career. Because sometimes you can promote people and sometimes you can't. And at this day and age, you can't promote everybody into every single job. So it's just impossible to actually do. So if you think about it, I've had people like a woman named Annette who said to me, she's like, Rise gave me, she said, the clarity and confidence and resilience to step into a new role inside of a major transition. There was another guy named Ricardo who was actually let go from a major company who was lost trying to find a new role within Rise. He was let go inside the program. And he said it didn't just improve his professional skills, it absolutely changed the trajectory of his life by helping him see his leadership challenges in a completely new life. And he went from being a director inside of a large multinational organization to being let go through Rise, becoming the CEO of a production company in Los Angeles. And then there's another woman named Shauna who said that Rise was an investment that paid off from day one. She went from being a woman whose team was stripped away from her, and then she was an individual contributor, thinking she was going to be fired. She turned that around to being one of the most valuable independent contributors and saying, I thank goodness I'm not managing a team, became absolutely invaluable to the organization. So those are the kinds of things that's possible inside of Rise.
Someone once asked me, how would you learn how to walk through a minefield? And the answer was, you would find somebody who knows how to go through the minefield, hold your
That's
hand,
true.
help you go through it until you knew it
That's
so
right.
well you could teach somebody else. And Esther, you are a minefield trainer. You've been there, done that, and you have so much wisdom to share. I think this is great, and people could look into it. And So is this a multi-year program? How long is it going to take to get these improvements?
So it's a 6 month program. It works cross industry, cross function. So you'll have people from media, sports, real estate, engineering, education, nonprofit, technology, and like I said, cross function. So what's great is that you're actually in small cohorts. It's not a big group. So you're not in a group with like 24 people. And it's a combination between a proprietary leadership framework that we walk you through in 6 months. Plus, what you do is you get the leverage of having this cohort, almost like your think tank that's at your feet every day. So, what you have is we meet twice a month, plus you're in partnership with people. So, you're paired up with someone in the cohort too. So, you get not just the curriculum, you get the leadership development experience, you get this think tank, you get the support and partnership of the person, you get one on one executive coaching also on a monthly basis. So, you get this really great, rich support for 6 months, like I said, to provide that fortified support that can really accelerate your leadership.
If people wanted to learn more, where should they go, Esther?
Probably the easiest thing to do is you could go to thereadyzone.com, and that's the place where you can find out more about Rise. And then you can always email me directly through that. That's probably the easiest way to do
Okay.
it.
TheReadyZone.com. Okay. Anything, I see we're almost out of time. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we go?
Yeah, so I want to say a couple of things. One is if you're a leader who's navigating, you've got a small team and what you're navigating this level of increased responsibility. If you're a director or an individual contributor who's trying to navigate cross-functionally, or you're trying to really grow and you're faced with so many real-time challenges, how do you juggle it all at once when you're trying to make everything work when it doesn't seem like it's working all the time? Rise would be the right opportunity for you. And it starts January 21st.
Okay. January 21st, 2026.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Esther. We really appreciate you being here. And for everybody watching, until next time, make it rain.
Thank you so much, Henry. All right, Henry, was that everything you wanted and more?